to 10.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Going home.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. And just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Jones. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
For a guy still in his 2nd year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they will only muster a yard here. 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Purdy now to throw.
They'll set up the screen. Yard line. 15 for.
Those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing Jones. Flush to his right. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. Fielded at about the 28. Pushes him aside at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. On the return, Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. They'll wind up getting 7 on them. Play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning.
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. That's caught downfield by Kittle.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 34 yards.
And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
An extra point try now for Moody.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Jones throw taken in by Slayton.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Here's Jones on 1st down. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Jones
caught along the left side by Hyatt.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw again.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And this one too low.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Nick Bosa able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he goes out right around the 39.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
And he is going to have a Niners first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. A run with Mostert up the middle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line.
sports. It's in the game.
Boom, whap, snap. He was like a superhero on that run.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. It's Barkley on the counter. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing Jones.
And this pass caught by Gray. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last week in the wild card win, he had 7 catches. That's his first one here. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now Jones under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The New York set to take the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Jones now throwing on first down. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave able to get him for a loss of about 3.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on third down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. Third down incompletion, fourth down.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete here to Waller.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he'll be brought down at the 27.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Mostert will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Possession of the football going back over to the Giants.
They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Oh, what a move.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On fourth down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
On first down, Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be knocked to the turf right there, but they're across the 50 at the 48 now.
On first down, it's Purdy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Second down, here's Purdy to throw. Open man is Juwan Jennings.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Purdy will look to throw again here.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Chase Young in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. On first and 10, it's Mostert down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, McCaffrey fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And just shutting him off there. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Off the play fake. Jones. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're... feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And incomplete on the deep ball. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. That's complete out left to Ayuk. So he stopped for no gain, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Back to throw, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a pickup of 6. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Second down and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Purdy. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Purdy off the play fake. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Fred Warner. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Jones. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jones able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Second down and 6 now. They'll look to throw again. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the